Good morning. Welcome to the Future Heroes program, workshop number 8. A special welcome to those who have joined us through social media. I know, in fact, that there are people who have been following us since the very first workshop. Thank you very much for your devotion. Today's workshop is aimed at development of pitching skills and is delivered in partnership with British Council Latvia, SEB Bank, and Riga Business School. And as always, we are launching it with an inspirational speech. And this time it will be delivered by an extraordinary woman, an entrepreneur, the co-founder and the CEO of a well-known and loved by all of us cosmetics brand, Madara Cosmetics. And Lotte Tisenkopfa-Iltnere is guiding women towards organic skincare. She is passionate about sustainability, innovation, eco-friendly and ethical production methods, and she also encourages female entrepreneurship and leadership, and a lot more, but she will have a chance to tell all about it herself. So please welcome Lotte.
Good morning, everyone, and super thanks for inviting me to this fantastic event. Really, this is a super beautiful morning, so I'm happy to really be with you and share my experience and share basically my passion. And I'm really inspired actually by being invited to this event where so many of you young ladies want to explore the path of, so to say, independence. Because for me, when I think why I have become an entrepreneur, and if I ask like really what motivates me, what drives me, and it's not about whatever success or being renowned for like achieving something or financial result, but it's solely about being like independent, and the quest for really achieving things yourself is something that kind of like really helps to get up every morning and do things. And when I think back to when it all started, kind of like when I decided to be an entrepreneur, like it dates back to like one episode that I can remember is when I was I think a teenager, and I visited a factory, and I was so inspired. And I remember it was like I think a metal work or something. It was so dirty and smelled of different oils and ointments and with dirty guys around doing some metal work. And I said, wow. It's like things moving around, things being created. It's so inspiring. But then I think actually it dates back even like more into my younger age, and I always think about entrepreneurship when I think about my grandmother. She's over 80 now. In my childhood, when I was 5, 6, 7, she worked. She was a working retired woman as a boss of the warehouse, and that was still in the Soviet time, who distributed different workwear for agriculture industries and for many other industries. So there were employees, and she was the boss of the warehouse, and I was there running around the warehouse which now when I have 3 children, I thought it's super dangerous, actually, the thing that I did, but safety had a different, I think, interpretation back then. But yeah, so again, inspiration of seeing things there at the warehouse, how people are managed, how my grandmother got down to the women who were, just sitting out there at the outside the warehouse and like just hanging out, and she's like, get back to work. And yeah, that is a moment. But then when I also think like even further back into my childhood, I remember that I was making, like when I was like 3 or 4, I was making like from the Play-Doh, like little figures, like cats and dogs and whatever, flowers, and try to sell it to my family, and yeah, and earned some money. And when we went to the shop in like local grocery store, I was able to buy my own ice cream, and that was a fantastic, experience. I was like so little, but I had my own thing, my own independence, and yeah, and through my life, that's yeah, strive for independence was basically, I think, driving me. And that's why I'm so happy that you're all here. And I think each of you might have a different kind of things inside you that drive you. That might be the quest for being independent. That might be, yeah, the quest for living your creativity, channeling through you something that wants to be created in this world. And you might be driven by challenge, like there's something big in front of you, something that you can't solve. And you're not scared, but you're kind of, oh yes, I can do that. So that they might be, or you might be driven by the like just wishing to help people, wishing to find a solution for some problem that people people have, and this is all very beautiful, and I think that it is important at the very start of your way to really try to understand what is this thing that that motivates you, that inspires you, and really cherish that, nourish that, and do things for the right reason for yourself. You know what I mean? And then you'll have that energy to go on this road of entrepreneurship, which is totally not an easy one. There are a lot of problems, a lot of challenges, a lot of difficulties, like no cash and a lot of work, and really no resources to do that, and you still have to kind of overcome that. But if you have that right spot where this idea, a genuine spot, genuine motives for yourself, why you do that, you'll have that energy that helps you to get forward. So that's like if we really go deep into how to be a sustainable entrepreneur and not really burn out and so to say. But then a bit getting towards more like practical things, like, I don't know, tips and tricks, how to start a successful business project, and how to move it forward. Two things, maybe one tip, and then one like practical story that I wanted to share with you today. Let's start with like this practical tip that for me it costs millions, and I think it's really something that without that I wouldn't be able to do anything. And this is find your team, finding your team, finding your partners that you have connection with, and that help to build the idea, to implement. And I believe that this is very important, because on your own, like, at least if I think of myself, I wouldn't be able to do anything on my own, because as a human being, I'm super limited. I have my good sides of the character, my bad sides of the character, and I need a team, or a core team, or a core partners around that are just like kind of different people who can fill the blank spaces of my personality, so to say. And because if you want to do something, you need people who have inspiration, who have creativity, and you need people who can do books, or accountants who think more, down to earth. And you need people with drive, who, yes, they see the targets, yes, they are super inspired by the challenges, and they just go and like hunters, they go and chase the goal. And then you need people who are more, want to put things in order, who are more like, system people, so that you have your like systems behind the business all well organized. And this is all very essential. And for a business, for an idea to live, you need all of those things. And one person, I think it's she or he, just, it's impossible to cover, because we are so different. And this is so beautiful, the difference of each of us. And finding the partner is essential. And if I just like, sometimes I have like this joke that a good business is built between two people. One is I don't know, like a creative, or like a really how can I describe that? Like an artist, so to say. And then on the other side on the other polarity, there is accountant. Yeah, the kind of two polar things. And then things happen in the team is built between two of them. And you perhaps know more of the different kind of business, like famous business cases. But I think this is kind of core principle how Apple was built, and I think Virgin company. So these like, and you always have these kind of like artists or creative people in the those who are speaking because they're inspirational, but they have their partner on the other end of the company who keeps that all to the ground and organized. And because if you just have that inspiration part, you go and it's like too floating, and nothing is going to really be implemented. And I know that also many fashion brands in the fashion industry, both like more design products and haute couture, it's same way. You have this designer, you have that like creative driver, and then you have the other partner, and they work in team, and finding this partnership, I think is super important. Yeah, so this is my kind of like one of the key tips and tricks that worked for me, and perhaps it might be useful also for you. Then I also wanted to share maybe a practical story of like a recent project that might give like some points, like, or like a roadmap how to actually or implement things from scratch. And all know that, or some of you might know that Madara is organic skincare producer and a brand. So we have a factory with currently 170 employees, and we're a public company. We're listed at NASDAQ, and we have been working with skincare products, meaning like creams, lotions, serums for skin care and body care, and also hair care for like almost for 15 years. So we had quite an experience, and we're like working with solely natural, organic raw materials. So no synthetics, so to say, no synthesized petrochemical stuff. And then a few years ago, we decided to enter a new category, which is color cosmetics. So we have been doing like skincare, which is like, so like in the industry, you call it white cosmetics, white stuff. And then we really wanted to get into more colorful world. And even though it's within one industry, it is actually a completely different category and completely completely different world. It's like if you're doing, I don't know, clothes, and then you have to go into footwear, and there is anatomy, there is like food architecture, so many things that are, different from clothing. So it's like, again, diving in a universe that's really new. It all started with an idea, and let's do it. It's challenging. Yeah, we don't know the business potential. We assume, but we don't know if we will be successful with the formulation, because color cosmetics is full of chemical pigments, is full of synthetic silicones that deliver the texture, and it's so like chemical product segment. But okay, why not? Let's explore. So I was like sitting in my coach and like thinking about the product, what we could develop. And when I was like trying to think about these products, my trick of understanding what market would actually need is actually trying to feel or identify the need, genuine need, through my own experience. I just think, what would I want? What do I use? Because you can't just think of a product. Let's make this. That might, earn you a lot of money. But you have to really see what is a need, what people want to use, or what is the real need. And this is essential milestone in developing the business idea. So having that market insight, genuine market insight, is really important. And you can try to obtain that market insight from, like, I don't know, buying data from like market analytics, but it's very general and everyone buys that data. So it's really valuable if you can feel, if you can, like put your ear to the ground and feel what are those needs, what are those vibes that people want, that you can sense. So this is the first milestone. The next milestone that we did was giving the space for this new idea, space for this new project, meaning that you can imagine how businesses in every day, and maybe your life is the same way. It's very hectic. In our laboratory, we have so many, daily formulations going on, so many tests, so many quality things. Same in the office, we're so many projects that are all the time. Everyone's busy, everyone's in the meeting, and perhaps it's the same in your life. You're so there is always things to do. Perhaps if you're a student, there's so many things you want to do you need to do for your education, and perhaps your family and your friends, and so many clutter around, or good important stuff around. And for an idea to land, it's very important to find space in that everyday clutter for it to give it attention and for it to evolve. And just another maybe tip and trick was that how we did it for that specific makeup project. We went on workshops with different teams, and they all happened to take place in Paris. Not just because it's an inspirational place, it of course is, but we went to work on with formulations. We went to a different laboratory, not ours, because there's so many daily work, but we went to a specific laboratory just to have, totally empty space to fill it with our new ideas. And we explored the first prototypes of the formulations for 2 days, no other things disturbing. Same way, we went with our marketing team. We rented a beautiful little house. I think that was a night watch house in the middle of a beautiful district in a dwelling district. And there was a designer, there was a copywriter, there was another designer, and again, we gave it 4 full days, complete attention to understand the audience. We went into the streets, we observed people, we went into shops, we observed people, we actually asked them on the streets about makeup, trying to test do you remember I told you about that insight? Try to find this need through yourself. This is one thing, but then keep your ear and eyes open and talk to people, to verify, to adjust, to feel if your feelings actually resonate with the crowd around that. So we try to feel, we prototyped that, meaning drawing sketches and doing some copyright things. And then we went into streets and observed people and talked to people. Would that be relevant for them? Does it correspond to the spirit of consumer who are out there? So we gave it space. And then of course we coming back from these workshops. You have a lot of formulate, so the idea that was really vogue in the beginning, it becomes more formatted, and then we started more of the kind of a technical implementation. So you have that floating idea somewhere within you or within the consumers around. Then you catch it, you give it some space to form, and then kind of, so to say, production or traffic management starts, and then you have to give it again a nice, beautiful attention and team and time to implement. Like basically, there's a lot of 50 emails a day to get one packaging that's sustainable, that can be recycled, and like many of that back office work. Another just like watching times, I have like I think 5 minutes left. Another perhaps significant point in this project that gave our makeup project, so to say, I don't know, why people were motivated to work for that, why part of my team was really so the ones who worked with that project were so motivated because we kept the challenge, the standard very, very high. And as I mentioned in the beginning, makeup world is so much like loaded with chemical colors and silicones and things like that. And we were quite afraid, where will we be able to deliver, the performance, the hold of the product, the colors and everything with just natural and organic ingredients. And that was like a big, big challenge, because we know that none of our competitors in market actually have delivered performing organic makeup. And it was a challenge, but we really kept it like the level we want to achieve quite high. And that was one of the drivers of the team, that, hey, we can do that. We can make a foundation that's natural, that is without silicones, that is lasting on the skin, that's non-drying, that actually has the sun filter in it, which is a big, big, big technical challenge in general for cosmetics, not just for organic. And we actually did it all. And the slogan of our makeup, that's why we one of our slogans is, you have it all. You have it vegan, you have it sustainable packaging, you have it high performance, you have it natural certified, and so on. So keep your challenge quite high, because it might motivate you, it might motivate your team, and it might create your crowd of customers, because I have a feeling that quality and sustainability and like purpose-driven ideas or purpose-driven brands are more and more important now to customers. And if you have your challenge high, if you have your like standards high, it might be really, really helpful for the business. And I really like this concept that which I think is very relevant for you now, in this moment in time, that if you start something now in this world, you better be a part of the solution for this world and not the part of the problem. Meaning, keep your standards high, have your team, your diverse team around you, and give it space, give it time, and it might evolve, and the world might be super thankful for this new creative idea that you deliver. So that's all from me this morning. again, thank you so much for just being here, and the world needs you, and hope that I was able to share some of the ideas or some of my experience that resonate with you. So thank you very much for attention, and have a super, super beautiful winter day. And it's super that we have snow this year.